Speaking to Canvey Island manager Brad Wellmen following today's 3-0 win away to Romford. Brad, job done against the team at the bottom of the league. What was your thoughts on that one?
Yeah, I think exactly what you said, job done. What was important for us was trying to create some consistency in terms of wins. We come here today, they're fighting for their lives. They've just been beat heavily last week and we come off the back of a loss, and it was all about getting the 3 points. And I think that, we done that today, and that's what we needed to do.
We scored relatively early on through Matt Price, similar goal to a goal that was scored against Wakering, with Evans crossing low from the right and Price on hand to tap it to stick the ball home. We disappointed that we didn't push on in that first half, having got that goal and maybe brought them out a little bit.
Yeah, I think I was disappointed. I don't think we was at our best today, but I think even when we say sort of push on, I think straight after chatting at the post, Quasi had one that went across the goal, and I think that we just weren't ruthless as we have been in previous weeks. I still think we created some opportunities, but we let them back in the game. We didn't go and step onto them and push them back. We sort of let the game get open, and whilst we created chances, I was more disappointed that we didn't go and really stamp our authority on the game and take it.
That's Matthew Price's second goal in as many games. By his standards, he's had a bit of a dry run up until recently. So how pleased are you that he's got a couple of goals back under his belt now to carry on for the rest of the season?
Yeah, he's important, isn't he? They're goal scorers. Quasi's a goal scorer, Price is a goal scorer. What they want to do is score goals, and sometimes, they try too hard to score goals. I think if you look at a dry spell, whichever way you look at it, I think I look at the bigger picture, and Price has scored 20 league goals now, and we're at Christmas in 20 games. So you take that return all day at the start of the year. I'm just glad that he's getting in positions to score the tap-ins as well. 2 in 2 games. Let's hopefully he makes it 6 in 6.
There was a period in the second half, and I'm not going to comment on the decisions, but the officials had a rocky 10-15 minutes perhaps, and it felt that both teams seemed to me like they were concentrating more on the officials than maybe the game at that moment in time. How important is it at those moments in time where we don't lose our focus and make sure we keep doing the thing with the ball?
Yeah, I think it's difficult. Listen, the officials have got a difficult task. I'm not going to stand here and ever sort of say that an official's so poor that it costs us a game, because at the end of the day, our players make mistakes. But he did go through a period where a couple went against us, one went for us. I think the penalty was, I don't think Rob's been touched. I think he's just sort of thought he was going to get touched and gone down, and the refs give it, and it's worked in our favour. But there was a few others where, both our players and their players were getting on his back. Their manager was getting on his back, and that is the time we need to stand strong and be. And I think we actually lost a little bit during that time as well. I think it was just fortunate that one of the decisions went for us, and Quasi was able to stick the penalty away. But yeah, it's vitally important. You don't want a referee's decisions or his performance to detract you away from your game management or what you're trying to achieve. And I think that I'm just saying, it's a thankless task being a referee. I certainly wouldn't want to do it and put myself in that situation. But I thought we'd done okay really for most of the game. I think, like you've highlighted, it was that 10-15 minute period, and I think when he reflects on it, he'll probably say the same. But we weathered that storm, and I think that it actually took them out of it more than it did us, because we then went on and got a great third goal and created a fourth opportunity and an opportunity to get a fifth goal. So we sort of weathered it, but it's important.
Some good signs on the bench. Callum Fitzer on the bench for the first time in a couple of weeks, coming off to score, and also really pleased to see Mackenzie Davidson getting some minutes at the end after being injured.
Yeah, listen, it's been a difficult period. We've had players, we've had COVID issues. It's not hitting us how it's hitting other players in terms of 3 or 4 going down. We're having one at a time. Finners was set to come back in today, and he texted me in the morning. He's got positive COVID test, but during this time, Cal's been away for 10 days, and it was good to have that attacking threat off the bench. And I thought he come on and didn't change the game, but he impacted the game, which is what the substitutes need to do. Kenzie's been out now for nearly 2.5 months. He's back now, ready to get minutes. He was going to go and play with Benfleet today. Their game got called off, so I was glad to try and get him 15 minutes into the game, and then he'll start the game Tuesday against Billericay. So kind of feel like the squad that we had originally at the start of the season is kind of coming back together. and we've still got a couple out with COVID. But we're getting there, you know. We are getting there, and we're working hard to potentially try and bring one or two more in to try and keep us fresh. But yeah, it is exciting to get those players, especially Kenzie, because Kenzie's just a young lad who's ready to sort of step up, and this sort of be a breakout season for him. So it's exciting times for him.
And finally, one player that's not obviously involved at the moment is Connor Hubble. It'll be good to get an update on his injury situation. And I believe that Miles Mitchell-Nelson's loan has finished and he's gone back to Southend.
Yeah, so Connor's situation is quite funny, really, in the sense that he pulled up with a twinge in his hamstring. He didn't feel it was gone. We just didn't want to take the risk on it. He thinks it might have been more 2 games in a short period of time, and it was more sort of fatigue. But he went back to work the next day and had to test to go into work, and unfortunately tested positive. So we've not been able to get a physio on him. So he's out for probably another, I think Thursday he comes out of isolation. And yeah, Miles loan deal's up. We just sort of was seeing what the situation was with that. We were just going to get through this weekend to sort of see where we need to go, because we've got Girdlestone back now, Finner's back, Kenzie's coming back into the squad. Mason Hall's probably not till mid-February, but we've got a back 4 centre halves back now. But Miles has done a fantastic job for us for the month, so we're just weighing up the option, what's best with us moving forward, and what's best for Miles in terms of whether he stays with us or returns to Southend. So we've still got that option to keep him around. It's just making the right decision, and really we took this weekend to buy a couple of days to make that.
Great, well thanks for that update. Well done on the win. All the best.
Yeah, thanks Glenn, appreciate it. Thank you.